I want to thank you for being here with me today in this moment. I'm so happy.
Oh my God, Kyla, thank you. Thank you for being here with me.
So I'm super excited. This is our first episode.
This is our first episode.
Taking time and space before the sun. I have to ask, what do you think is the most important part of the day?
It's definitely the morning. Definitely the morning. So, the way I see it is the time before the sun rises is a time of profound magic. It is a time of absolutely mystical moments that lead to immense momentum for your day, for your week, for your year, for your life. It is a time separate from obligations and distractions. And ultimately, it is a time for you and you alone.
Oh, it's so beautifully said. Oh my gosh.
Well, what do you love most about the mornings?
Oh my goodness, so many things. I would have to say the beauty and being able to gain the positive energy from the limitless beauty around you.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like those times in that 5 a.m., that 6 a.m., sometimes even in the 7 a.m., you see the world in a completely different light. Literally. It's like you can see the moon, in its full glory. You can see the animals up and doing their things. You can feel the air on you. You can smell the breeze. Like it's a completely different reality.
It is, and it's so good.
It is so
It's
good.
so good.
I always describe it too as the time of least distraction. I think I got that from Robin Sharma. He was kind of the big inspiration of why I started getting up super early. But when I heard him say that, the time before the sun rises is the time of least distraction, I was like, bet. Okay, I have to check it out.
Just to see, because you never know if you don't like it unless you try it.
Right, it's true. But, it is that quiet time.
It is, and I love that quiet time because it's your time when there's no one else awake, because there are so many people that are still sleeping. I also love it because you're actually able to focus inward on where you're at in your life or your day or your time, and honestly what you need.
Okay, so how would you start? How would you focus inward? How does one focus inward?
I mean, there's a few different things through the mindfulness of it, but one of my favorites, earthing. So that means walking barefoot. Grass is great to walk barefoot. Now, if you don't have grass close to you, just walking around barefoot on the sidewalk, on the cement, from your house to your mailbox, just feeling the energy from the ground through your body.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I feel like it's also infinitely easier to ground during this time. Out of all of the different things I mentioned, this different reality, it's just easier to connect with yourself and to connect with the world.
It is. It really is, to be able to connect with yourself. Again, like I mentioned earlier, is there are not a lot of people that are awake early, first thing in the morning, whether it's right before the sun or as the sun is rising. So there is less energy and more energy and time to focus on gaining your energy.
And yeah. Oh, okay. Focusing inward, where you're at and what you need. Yeah, that makes sense. That's beautiful.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
I love being able to take this time for just you and you alone, and setting your intentions for this moment or for your whole entire day.
Oh, that's so important. Absolutely.
What do you think is another good reason for taking time for yourself early in the morning?
Honestly, exactly what you just said, intentionality. I feel like when you start your day with intention, then you can get intentional before the circumstances hit you. So in this time of no obligation and no distraction, in the time that you can focus inward on what you need and where you're at, then you can get intentional before the circumstances decide for you. Yeah.
You get to control the day rather than the day controlling you.
Oh, so important. And I mean, the alternative to that is aimlessness. Going throughout your day with no intention and just it's like less going with the flow and more drowning under the pressure of the waves.
Wow, that is wild. I've actually never heard anybody say that before.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, you're not going with the flow. You're literally drowning under it.
I also love being able to taking that extra time in the day. Obviously, there's still 24 hours in the day, but even if you get up half hour, or 2 hours before you typically do get up, you have more time to complete your accomplishments. So that way, and then some, that way you're able, when you start getting into that routine of getting up early and completing your accomplishments that you absolutely want done, you're able to actually start beginning a routine without even realizing it, that you're making a habit.
Yeah, absolutely. What would be some ways to start creating a daily routine?
I mean, honestly, just keeping it simple. It could be as simple as just getting up and having the opportunity to watch the sun.
To watch the sunrise. Yeah, I find that I have a huge, like, there's an eagerness in me to get up and watch the sunrise. If I wake up and it's still dark, as much as I may want to go back to bed, I'm like, oh, the sun's going to rise. I have to go watch the sunrise.
I'm already awake-ish, and I could just kind of roll out of bed and then go and watch the sun.
Yeah.
Watch it rise while it gives me more energy. Yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another few different ways. I love being able to, again, always wanting more time. Time is so important, but being able to have that time for those accomplishments to be completed. That way I can be able to get in the hobbies that I actually want to do.
Oh, yeah.
Things that I enjoy.
Yeah, it's such an important time to work on skills and development. And imagine having an extra hour, 2 hours every single morning just for hobbies, just for skill development. I know that this year I started doing yoga every morning, and having that time set aside for nothing else other than my yoga and my practice has been really important. I always try and make sure everything's set up and laid out before I go to bed the night before.
That is so beautiful.
Of course.
I actually love doing that. I started doing that in middle school a long while ago, just setting that intention the night before.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, because it's like you can get your stuff ready the night before, but you're absolutely right. Actually setting that intention, I'm going to do this tomorrow morning. I'm going to get up at this time. I'm going to do it first thing, and nothing is going to stop me. That, oh God, it's so important.
And honestly, the best way to be able to do that is preparing every single must-have and must-dos that the night before, so that way in the morning time you don't have to feel rushed to pack your bag or to make your bed, or that way you're going to be able to have time just to take a breath and not feel rushed in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I feel too, like, as I'm getting everything ready my night before, you know, if I'm cleaning my kitchen because I want to wake up to a clean kitchen, if I'm setting out my yoga clothes, or if I'm cleaning the litter boxes, especially because it's a task I know I don't want to do in the morning, but it's a task I know I'll appreciate in the morning. So it feels like you're sending love to yourself to be like, hey Kat, I'm looking up for you. Hey Kat, I want to make sure you have a great day. Hey Kat, I'm setting you up for success. And I'm always so grateful. It feels like someone truly loves you, and it's me. It's me
you.
The night before.
It is you that loves yourself, and I love waking up early. It is absolutely great. But
Yeah.
I have to ask, how does it affect your sleep personally?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, for me, it's been really good. When you rise with the sun, you fall with the sun. Like, it's helped me kind of regulate the entire routine, night and morning.
I love being able to choose my bedtime and actually sticking to it and telling people, hey, I have a bedtime.
Yeah, I always tell people, I'm like, my bedtime is strictly 10 o'clock. I am not out after 10.
No.
And honestly, I set my bedtime to be about 10 o'clock, and still I'm always in bed at like 10:30, and it like frustrates me to no end. I'm just like, maybe I have to set it at 9:30 and then I'll get it at 10.
Hey, there you go. Being able to just start setting the things aside for the next day earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can take your time and get into bed at 10
Yeah.
or 9 or 8, 7, whatever floats your boat.
That actually sounds like a serene night.
It does. Honestly, the benefit of waking up early is being able to giving your body that encouragement to wake up naturally. So rather than having to have an alarm just go beep, 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 and waking you completely out of just a dead sleep, if that's where you're at,
Yeah.
giving your body that natural way of waking up.
Yeah, absolutely. And encouraging your body to stick with its natural flow,
Yeah,
and the natural sleep cycles that it has to go through.
exactly. I mean, your body, if you set the intention the night before, okay, I want to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, your body will wake you up right around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Well, and it kind of goes back to, it depends on how much sleep your body needs.
Yes.
And if you're going to bed at midnight or 1 or 2, then it's going to be really challenging for your body to wake up earlier. But if you're going to bed at a strict 10 o'clock, set that intention and your body will get up when you need it to get up.
Yes. Also, I don't remember the last time I used an alarm.
Oh,
on
yeah,
my phone.
fucking alarm.
Unless we're going on vacation or getting up at like 4:30 in the morning to get somewhere.
Yep.
Then I'll set an alarm. But typically, I just listen to guided meditations, and I'll put links down below so you can be able to click on what I like to have
Kyla,
personally.
that is so funny. I also listen to guided meditations.
Do you really?
Yes, I don't use them to wake up. They usually only go about 3 hours long.
Yep.
But yeah, every single night, I am listening to a guided meditation before I go to
That
sleep.
is so beautiful.
Yeah. So what kind of guided meditations do you usually listen to?
Oh gosh, well, it really depends on my mood, where I'm at, what I'm feeling, what I want or need for myself, whether it's positivity.
Are they
whether
like
it's-
purely like, kind of like diving inward, or are they like visualizations? Are they like the music, the chakra healing music?
It's honestly a combination. And again, it just depends on the video that I choose from. So a lot of the ones that I personally enjoy is word guided meditations.
Yep.
So having someone physically speak through my calmness of winding down from the day and bringing myself to a comfortable, calming sleep into a deep REM sleep. And because it's a 68-hour video of this guided meditation, speaking these beautiful words into my mind as I'm going to sleep, I get to slowly wake up with the video as it's waking me up through, you are beautiful.
Oh.
You are happy. You're going to have a great day. You are abundantly pure.
I love waking up with affirmations.
Oh, me too.
I usually incorporate some affirmations into my morning.
Yes.
Well, and it's interesting too, because as you're waking up, you are in your theta thinking. So, you have your beta waves and your alpha waves and your theta waves. And the theta waves is right between that kind of REM sleep, that dream state, and your sleeping waking state. And so it is a time of like profound creativity. Also children, like from ages 1 to 7, they're always in theta thinking. They're always in their theta waves. So that's why they have so much room for imagination and creativity, but it also directly correlates to your subconscious. So that's why so many of the subconscious beliefs we have are from our childhood, because we were in those theta brainwaves.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I know. Yeah, some knowledge.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, no, affirmations early in the morning, the first things you wake up to and think about are really important. So props to you for being hella intentional about that. Another big reason that I advise people not to use alarms, or not to rise and fall with the sun. Another big reason for that is not fucking up your circadian rhythm.
Circadian rhythm. Okay. I've heard you talk about it slightly. Would you
Right.
please tell me again what circadian rhythm is?
Circadian rhythm. Yeah, it's your natural internal process that controls your sleep to wake cycle, and it repeats roughly every like 24 hours. And so the only way that it knows what's going on in the outside world is the information it's getting from your optic nerves. So your optic nerves are the only part of your brain that exists outside of your skull, and it basically communicates with your brain, hey, this is what the daylight situation is looking like. But if we're looking at bright lights late at night, if we're waking up at noon and then going to bed at like 2, it's just throwing everything off.
Oh, yeah.
It's really interesting too, because the brain has, these natural push and pull systems. So by viewing lights at late hours of the night, specifically between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., they're basically like triggering this pro-depressive state because your suprachiasmatic nucleus is what's regulating the circadian rhythm. And what it does is taking information from your optic nerves, knowing what time you're viewing light is what time it should be creating melatonin. So it takes melatonin, which is one of your neurotransmitters that makes you kind of like sleepy and fall asleep. And then in the morning, once you wake up, it switches that chemical component from melatonin to serotonin. So serotonin gets you up in the morning, melatonin puts you to sleep at night. But if you're viewing light at like random times, especially like way late into the hours of the evening, your brain, specifically the suprachiasmatic nucleus, is just going crazy trying to figure out, does she need serotonin? Does she need melatonin? What am I producing right now?
I don't know.
And it can get really, really funky as it's trying to go through its 24-hour sleep to wake cycle, but it doesn't know where the hell you're at. So super important. If you believe in evolution at all, which I do, you have to consider the fact that our primal bodies haven't caught up to modern day times. If electricity has only been around for about like 1,000 years, then it's like, do your primal body a favor and adopt a sleep to wake cycle that's actually going to serve you.
Oh my gosh.
It's really important.
And get off your phone so late at night, my friends.
Oh my gosh, I know. And I still struggle with that from the perspective of like, I'm an editor. So it's like I'm on my computer. I'm especially like I'm trying to send love to myself the next day. Like, let's just get this done. But then it always ends up really affecting me.
Yeah.
And it might not affect my sleep so much, but you know what it does affect? It affects my serotonin.
It does.
Yeah, so I think that's really, really, really important.
Thank you. That makes a lot more sense. Now we're probably going to have to ask you again that later.
Yeah.
Circadian
rhythm.
Thank you so dearly for expressing that.
You're so welcome. Thank you, Kyla.
Oh, you're so cute. Just to recap, we talked about the beauty, time to self, and intentionality that comes with the morning, and some ways of implementing a daily routine. Now, I have to ask, how can we create productivity in the day?
Oh, that's a great question. So I think there's 3 things to always consider. 1, set your intention, super important. 2, generate energy throughout your day. And then 3, just fucking do it.
Just doing it.
Yep.
Just by setting your intentions the night before.
Yeah, absolutely. So getting into setting that intention the night before, that is so important. And I'm so happy you touched on that, because it's one thing to be intentional in your morning, but your morning starts the night before.
Yes.
Always.
And forever. I mean, it's just a circulating 24 hours. It just keeps going and going and going. So why not prepare yourself so you can have that relaxation and less stress?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know I've said it before, but again, the alternative is aimlessness. If you are not in control of your day, then you have a day that controls you. And why would you want that?
I mean, do you want someone to control you, or would you like to be in control?
It's like the circumstances are going to happen regardless. So why not get really intentional about where you're going regardless of the circumstances?
Just aligning yourself with and who you're becoming.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's like, so your future starts tomorrow. Your future literally starts tomorrow.
Or does your future start today?
I think, and it's like, this is the present moment right here, right now.
Yes.
And so it's like our future is like our afternoon later.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm going to give myself a little bit of time. I'll let today be the present, the full day. But yeah, I don't know. Some people do push things off till tomorrow, and then to tomorrow, and then tomorrow,
There's
and
always
then tomorrow.
But why not do it just today?
Yeah, just
get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
whatever
that
it is.
I think that definitely goes into a lot of it. So, however you'd like to see it, I personally consider my future beginning tomorrow.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So, who you're becoming tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, it starts with your intention right now. It starts with your intention of who you're going to be tomorrow, what you're going to do, and who you're going to show up as. So tomorrow is your future.
So let's just start generating that energy to
today,
this moment, to that future.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. And so getting into generating energy, you don't have a finite amount of energy in your body. That this person took this much energy from me, this person took this much energy from me. You can generate it throughout your day, but you have to be really, really, really conscious about what you need in order to generate more energy to get done what you set out to get done.
Exactly. I mean, not every day is perfect.
Not every day is perfect.
Not every moment's perfect, and that's just how that works. And just taking a couple moments, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 to 30 seconds, to take a moment, to take a break.
Yes.
And getting back to you
I'm so happy you said that.
Breathing. When I need a moment, or maybe I don't need a moment, but maybe I do need a moment, and I just go to the bathroom and I turn on some hot water, close my eyes, and put my hands under the running water and just breathe.
Oh my goodness. I'm so happy you're touching on mindfulness too. Because mindfulness is literally what pulls you into the present moment. And think about how much energy you might be wasting stressing about the future, worrying about the past, or vice versa.
Exactly. Like, oh my gosh.
There's so much energy to be had in this exact moment by just getting present with yourself.
And there's so many ways of doing it, but it's just the choice. If you want to.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
I love too that you said if I need it or if I don't think I need it, because it's like we always need it. we always need it. But sometimes we get confused and think other things are more important.
Right.
We think that getting the task done before generating the energy to get the task done is more important, which is very silly, but it's very sweet and it's very human. So yes, I'm so happy that you touched on that in generating energy. I think so. The final thing in creating productivity in your day, just fucking do it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mentioned I do yoga. I don't love doing yoga. I don't love doing yoga, but you know what I do? Sure as shit. As soon as I wake up, I am on my yoga mat. Because if I don't do it in that first 15, 20 minutes of being awake, it's not going to happen.
Nope.
And I will talk myself out of it.
Right.
I'll absolutely talk myself out of it. Your brain doesn't want to do work. So just go ahead and take the thought process out of the equation. Just do it.
Exactly. Beautiful, beautiful person, Brian Tracy, his book called Eat the Frog. It's 21 great ways just to stop procrastinating and get done in less time.
Okay, bitch, I need to read this book.
I know.
I've heard you mention it, but like,
know.
wow. Okay.
So Eat the Frog. It means to do your most important task before attempting to do anything else. So if it's you going to doing yoga, why not do it?
Mm-hmm.
There's no point in just sitting and looking at the frog. You know you have to eat it. And because it won't be enjoyable, you might as well just get it over quickly.
Yep.
So get to it.
Yeah, get to it. And I think that there is this really amazing choice that we have to know, okay, I have to do this because I literally said I was going to do it. I set my intention. I'm going to fulfill my intention, or I'm going to feel really weird about myself. Exactly. failing to do what I said I was going to do. So I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to pretend I enjoy it. I think there's a massive difference between lying to yourself and finding ways to enjoy the things that you know you need to do.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's where you want your intentions with what you are doing. How is it affecting your body? How is it beneficial for yourself?
Yeah. Maybe the frog is really good for you.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't know unless you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it will save your life one day.
Exactly. What if you start eating the frog and then you get into the habit of eating the frog, and if you miss a day of eating the frog, your whole day's fucked up.
Yeah. And what a miserable way to discover that.
I know. I know it.
Oh my gosh. But I think we've touched on a lot of different things about how important the mornings are, and how important they are to generating a daily routine that you can follow and stick to, which is going to be our next episode. So I would stay tuned, and you can probably just go ahead and binge watch it. It's probably already out. So go hop on over and watch Daily Routines as Daily Accomplishments. Yes. We thank you so much for being here, and we will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Alrighty, you lovely meows. We love you deeply, and we thank you dearly for joining us in our journey today.
Subscribe to the 6 a.m. Meow Meows to get notifications for future episodes. If you wish for more meows in your life, you can connect with us on Instagram for additional insight into the topics discussed, inspiration that has encouraged us, and of course, cats. We also include questions to ask yourself, writing prompts, as well as tools, tips, and tricks related to today's episode.
If you're more of a visual person, find us on YouTube for the video version of these podcasts, or you can join us on the conversations on Facebook. Share what you think, what you learned, or something you would like to add to our discussions.
To get in touch with us, or if you have any questions, email us at the6ammeowmeows@gmail.com.
All of these links will be listed below, so scroll on down to get connected.
As always, we are learning on this journey, so your comments, perspectives, ideas, and considerations are not only appreciated, but a fundamental part in helping us gain understanding and shifting our current realities.
Again, thank you for your time, and have a perfect rest of your day. Goodbye, beautiful meow meows.
Goodbye!